All right, guys, we'll get started here in just a few seconds. And let me grab some coffee here. Of course, we are streaming this morning with Ubuntu with X11 and not the other display driver. We'll get to that in a moment. So let me grab some coffee and we'll get started. All right. Well, good morning. Hope everything is fine. I'm sure I will miss most of you. Hope all of you having a late summer. Great, fantastic late summer here in the United States, even though the weather is kind of, it kind of reminds me of the Wayland display driver. The weather here in the States, at least where I live, kind of sucks. Was not expecting it to be 41 degrees in August. It's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just ranting. Anyway, hope all of you are doing well. So, last week quick joke, last week I went to a wedding reception and the best man proposed a toast. The best man proposed a toast. He raised his glass and said, "To all you folks who are married, I want you to hug the person who has changed your life." And I have to tell you, it was such a beautiful moment when the bartender got crushed. Bada bing! Oops. Ah, boy. All right, something is up going on with the Gnome or the Gnome Foundation. They have lost two leaders, two directors in 2 years. The first director was I forget her name. She was a shaman. S-H-A-M-A-N if you want to look it up. And if you know what a shaman is a spiritual leader, spiritual connector, connects you with the spirit world. Maybe they need to hire her back because the way things are going with Wayland, maybe they need her to contact the spirit world to fix Wayland. I'm not really sure. But Stephen Diobald, hope I say that right, Stephen. Looking at his resume here, it's actually quite impressive. He is out. He has resigned. He is the second Gnome Foundation director to resign since last year, 2 in 2 years. At least they are consistent. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on with the Gnome Foundation, but is it just coincidence that they have lost 2 directors in 2 years? And they just announced that the Gnome will be dropping support for the X11 display server. Is it just coincidence? And they lost 2 leaders? I don't know. You tell me. I don't think so. What I can tell you is that using Ubuntu with Wayland freezes up my system. I can't use Wayland. I just can't. And I don't think I'm the only one. So it's kind of disappointing. So I have the latest Ubuntu 25.04 with X11. When 25.04 expires, I cannot use the current Ubuntu. I will not be able to use, well, the current one coming up is 25.10. So I can either drop Ubuntu or go back to the previous LTS. I think I'll be good until I forget what year, a few more years from now I should be good. So I can drop down to the previous Ubuntu LTS until we get something better than Wayland. To me, Wayland is not going to cut it. It's been around 20 years, almost 20 years, and it's still not ready. Can you imagine if Windows did that? Can you imagine if Windows said, hey, for Windows 12, we have a new display server. It's about 20 years old. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. What would Linux users say if Microsoft made that announcement? The laughs would be flying off the wall, right? So another one is Gone with the Gnome. It's a joke on Gone with the Wind, the famous movie. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Famous line from the movie, I do believe. So I think for Linux, a lot of Linux users with Wayland are probably saying the same thing. Frankly, I don't give a hoot about Wayland. And again, this is strictly from my personal experience. Now, maybe it's because I don't have newer machines. I have outdated machines. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I did get a little Google AdSense revenue check this month. Maybe 10 more of those and I might be able to get a new high-end streaming machine for YouTube. I don't know. But that being said, yeah, the second director to leave in 2 years. The first was the Shaman. I say bring her back. Maybe they can. Maybe she can fix Wayland by contacting the spirits, as it were. I don't know. But the second director is out. Steven, I wish you well. You have one heck of a resume. I'm sure you'll be fine. And once again, is it coincidence that we have this turmoil in the Gnome Foundation after the announcement of Goodbye X11? I don't know. You tell me. All right, what other Linux news that I have here? For those of you who like to use Kdenlive, the new one, Kdenlive 25.08 enhances, has an enhanced audio mixer and adds support for H.265. Kdenlive is my go-to video editor for Linux, and actually Windows. It just works. Been using this for years, and it gives me. Well, it says here, Kdenlive gives you a pleasant editing experience, and I would completely agree with that. Very seldom crashes. In fact, it hasn't crashed lately. Solid. My second choice for Linux and Windows would be Shotcut. All right, for those of you who like to play Super Tux Kart, something's going on with the team at Super Tux Kart. There was a beta release last year. I think there was a release candidate released months ago, and then nothing's going on. So I guess there's some disagreements with the Super Tux Kart team. I don't know what's going on. I've always enjoyed playing Super Tux Kart in the past. I haven't played it lately. I've had other things on my plate this year, including my surgery. But I'm okay. But anyway, yeah, hopefully the team at Super Tux Kart will get their acts together, as it were, and have a final for Super Tux Kart. I believe it's called Super Tux Kart Evolution. Anyway, great game. And finally, if you're still an Ubuntu fan after all of this turmoil, Ubuntu 25.10, the latest release, the snapshot number 4, is now available for download, for testing. Again, it's called Questing Quokka. If you are into pre-release Ubuntu's before the final release here in a couple months for the 25.10. Again, I will not be able to test Ubuntu 25.10 because with the elimination of X11, I cannot use it on my systems. So when you guys download and test 25.10 with Wayland, let me know if it works for you. I have given up on Wayland for myself. Might be the end of an era for me with Ubuntu. My first date with Linux was Ubuntu back in 2006. Please, Ubuntu, don't screw it up. I still enjoy testing Ubuntu, even though I don't use it every day. And I think it looks great on a big screen TV. It does. All right, I'll give it a few minutes here, see if anybody pops into the chat to say hello. If not, I'll wrap it up. I'll finish up my cup of coffee here. I don't know what to do these anymore. I haven't got enough feedback. You guys have said keep doing it, but I don't know what schedule to use anymore in this post-pandemic world. So you guys, let me know if you'd like to sponsor a live event like you have in the past. Thank you. Let me know. You guys know how to reach me. Especially now that summer is over and wintertime will be coming up here where I live. I'll be spending a little bit more time indoors, which will give me more time to do the live shows. And I miss doing those. I really do. I forgot to ask if any of you have used, purchased, or have bought a Chromebook for the first time. Let me know what you think about it. Chromebooks remain the only Linux-powered machine to outsell Macs some years ago. And they are the only global Linux quality standard, meaning that with a Chromebook, you will never have to use the Linux terminal to fix anything. Like, never. Starting at $200, I think that's pretty amazing in my book. Let's see. All right, right now I do not see anybody in the chat, so I'll give this a few more minutes, and if nobody pops in to say hello, that's okay, sir. I missed you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. So I'll give this a few more minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. One final joke. I have a friend of mine who's a heavy drinker in Montreal. Yeah, in fact, he drank Canada Dry. Bada bing. Alright, so there's nobody in the chat, sir. I missed you guys. I'm going to wrap this up from Ubuntu 25.04, supposedly the last to offer X11 support. Very sad day if it's true, because I cannot use Wayland. It constantly freezes and crashes on me, so yeah, I'll have to make a decision here at the end of the year. Luckily, this is not my daily driver, daily use for Linux, not Ubuntu. It looks great on the big screen, as you see here, those of you watching this podcast, but it's a sad day, and I'm not surprised what's going on at the Gnome Foundation, losing its second leader in 2 years. I don't know. We'll see how things go. In the meantime, I can always fall back to my Linux Mint and my Chromebook. Two solid operating systems that have never let me down. Yeah, it's anyway, that's all I have for this one, guys. You guys don't know how to reach me. I will catch you on the next one. I'm going to finish my coffee and start my day. Take care.